So the BMW R1300 GS is here. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. Don't forget to check out the website RevelatorAlf.com for all the latest biking news and specs. So news is the big thing from BMW because they have just released information on the brand new R1300 GS for 2024. What do we think of it? What are the early impressions of it? So when I first saw the images from BMW of the R1300 GS, I was a little bit perplexed. I was a little bit disappointed by the lines, by the design. It just looked a little bit plain. It looked as if it didn't have any features, any lines. It seemed to have been smoothed over with a big butter knife. It just seemed to be, it seems to have lost a lot of its angles. And it kind of reminded me of a couple of other ADV bikes which I've seen, and a couple of electric as well, and a couple of other manufacturers that seem to have taken the angles off some elements of the motorcycle in terms of where the headlight is, around the fuel tank, and also around the rear as well. It just seems as if everything's smoothed over a little bit. That being said, we really did need a bit of a change from BMW for the GS. It is a 1300. You would imagine they've gone to a 1300 to assist with emissions controls as well, but the new design had to be a little bit of a departure from the existing 1250. Now, is it too much of a departure? Will it attract new buyers or will it dissuade them? This is yet to be seen, of course. Now, they've released a video as well, and yeah, it all seems very capable and standard stuff here, from any manufacturer wishing to bring out a new motorcycle. They're going to show how it works and how it fares under certain conditions. Being an ADV bike, they're going to show how great it is off-road. So cue the professional rider, cue the rider who is 100 levels above you and I, and then all of a sudden you've got a motorcycle that can do anything and go anywhere. And I'm sure it is very capable. That's not the question here. But the question is, how capable will it be in your hands or in my hands? Now, the current generation, of course, is very capable, but it still lacks a little bit behind the KTM and the Triumph in terms of power and in terms of modern technology. Whereas this 1300 now, it's coming in with a lot of top spec. So let's just quickly dive into those, shall we? Now, BMW claimed that the highlights of the brand new R13 GS are a completely newly designed boxer engine with bottom mounted gearbox and BMW shift cam technology for varying valve timing and valve stroke on the intake side. So again, VVT is a big thing as well. Most powerful BMW boxer engine ever, bold claims here. Now, it's also saying powerful response across the entire engine, speed range, exemplary fuel consumption, emissions levels, running smoothness and refinement. Now, this is quite an interesting one for BMW for the emissions levels, because they've had to halt the sales of all BMW products barring the CE04, which is an electric bike, in the United States because of their EVAP system that might not have passed the specific tests and standards for sale in the United States and Canada. So it's an interesting thing that they've halted the sales of all new bikes, but now they're launching this at exactly the same time. So probably timing here is a bit off for BMW. Right. Interesting, the power figures are quite good as well. 145 horsepower and 149 newton meters. Knock sensor system for optimized travel suitability. It's got a completely redesigned suspension system. It's got a new Evo telelever for the front and brand new Evo power lever for the rear. The weight reduction is by 12 kilos as well, so it's a little bit lighter. And of course, BMW fully integrated ABS Pro as standard, 4 riding modes as standard, the engine drag torque control, the MSR, the dynamic brake assist, the DBC, and the ride off assistant HSC as standard. Driving modes Pro with additional riding modes as optional equipment extras. You got the dynamic traction control DTC as standard. You got the electronic dynamic suspension adjustment DSA as optional equipment with dynamic adjustment of the damping and spring rate and also load compensation. Adaptive vehicle height control and sports suspension as optional equipment as well. They're bringing out the 1300, but it's almost like they're a little bit behind the curve with that kind of technology. When you've got the Pan America from Harley Davidson that's got it, you've got also that system on the Triumphs that they got this adaptive rider height control as well. So interesting that they've made this an optional feature from BMW. I wouldn't be surprised if they change their minds on that and make that a standard feature. I mean, the list of features just goes on and on, as you would expect. LED headlamp, headlight pro with adaptive turning lights as optional equipment, hand protectors, integrated turn indicators, lithium-ion battery, dynamic cruise control, riding assist with active cruise control, front collision warning, lane changing warning. It just goes on here. Smartphone charging component with integrated USB socket and power points galore. Seat heating for rider and passenger. And handlebar risers by up to 30 mil as optional equipment. A wide range of seat height variants as optional equipment as well. A connectivity multifunctional instrument cluster with a 6.5-inch full color TFT screen and numerous features as standard. RDC keyless ride, heated grips as standard. Intelligent emergency call as optional equipment. Attractive basic variants along with model variants. You've got the triple black GS trophy, the option 719 Tramontana, and also there's an extensive range of optional equipment. So this is the news from BMW. They've released the information on the R1300 GS. They said they would do in September. We're kind of expecting it a little bit earlier in the month, but here we are. We're at the end of September, and this is the information. This is all going to come for the 2024 riding season as well. So you would expect brand new motorcycles to be coming to dealerships at the beginning of the year. And you'd also expect pre-orders available for these bikes quite soon as well. But let us know your thoughts on this, on the brand new BMW R1300 GS. Is it to your liking? Have you been waiting for this? Have you been holding off on getting a GS from BMW and said, you know, I'm just going to hold off until the 1300 comes out? Now you've got some early specs on it and you've got the pictures to match. What do you think? Do you prefer the older style as it is now or this new 1300? Let us know your thoughts, and as soon as I have more information, I'll bring that to you as well. In the meantime, if you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications bell, and lots of new biking news on the website RevelatorAlf.com, where there'll be lots more information on the R1300 GS coming out shortly too. Catch you again. Bye now.